Hi, in this video we are going to solve a rational inequality. Let's go ahead and work through it very carefully. The question is to solve, and the inequality is negative 8x over x plus 1 cubed, and that's less than 0. Okay, we have to solve this. And we're going to use something called the test point method, so solution. So test point method. This is a method you could use to solve these types of inequalities. So the test point method, there's 3 steps. So the first step is to make sure that you have a single term on one side and 0 on the other. So in this case, we have already achieved that. So I'm just going to go ahead and write it down again. All right, we have one term here, and then here we have 0 on the other side. The next step in the test point method is to set each of the numerator and denominator equal to 0 and solve, okay? This is not an algebraic step. What I'm about to do does not follow logically from the previous step. It is only true because we are following a procedure, and it is the second step in that procedure. So we'll set the numerator equal to 0 and the denominator equal to 0. Both of these equations are very easy to solve. Here, for example, we can just divide by negative 8. 0 over negative 8 is 0, so we get x equals 0. This is only going to be 0 when x is negative 1. Pretty easy and obvious to see. All right, step 3 is to take our answers from step 2 and plot them on a number line and pick test points. So here's our number line. Here is 0. Here is negative 1. And we have to, I'm going to extend the number line here a little bit more. So how this works is, I'm going to go ahead and write down the original problem here so we can see it. So how this works is we're going to pick a number over here and we're going to plug it in here. If it's true, we'll shade. If it's not true, we don't shade. Then we pick a number between negative 1 and 0, plug it in here. If it's true, we shade. If it's not true, we don't shade. And then we pick a number bigger than 0, so 1 over here in this subinterval, and we plug it in here. If it's true, we shade. If it's not true, we don't shade. Okay, let's start by picking an easy number like negative 2. So check. Negative 2. It's a number over here. We're plugging it in here. We get negative 8 times negative 2 over negative 2 plus 1 cubed. This is equal to 16 over negative 1 cubed, which is equal to negative 16, because negative 1 cubed is negative 1, 16 over negative 1 is negative 16. And we want this to be less than 0. Is that true? Well, yes it is. So we shade. Now let's pick a number between negative 1 and 0. Well, I think negative 1/2 is the easiest choice. So check negative 1/2. We're going to plug it in here. So you get negative 8 times negative 1/2 over negative 1/2 plus 1 cubed. This is going to be 4 over 1/2 cubed. Is that less than 0? No, it is not, right? Because it's a positive over a positive, so we don't shade. And lastly, let's pick a number bigger than 0. Let's go ahead and go with 1. So we'll check 1. Plugging in 1, we get negative 8 times 1 over 1 plus 1 cubed. That's equal to negative 8 over 2 cubed, which is equal to negative 1. We want that to be less than 0. Is that true? Yes, it is. Right, that is true. So we shade. And now we can get the answer from the picture. These are parentheses because we have a less than. If it had been a weak inequality, so if it included the equal to, then we would use brackets. But because it's a strong inequality or a strict inequality, like less than, we use parentheses. From the picture, we can get the answer. It'll be negative infinity to negative 1, union, parentheses, 0 to infinity. And that should be it. I hope this video has been helpful. Take care.